These are signs she's into you. You and I both know women are incredibly hard to read, starting out with the incredibly obvious no Sherlock. Does she actually message you first, or are you—
Alright guys, here are 6 signs that a woman is attracted to you. Pay attention, these are subtle. But if that woman is anything like me, it means that she's truly interested. So let's get into it, family. Number 1, she asks personal questions. Number 2, she goes out of her way to communicate with you. Number 3, shows interest in who you are, what you do, what you're interested in, how you think and feel, interested in what you have to say. Number 4, she shares personal stories of herself with you. Number 5, she compliments you and expresses admiration for your qualities, i.e., she will pour into you. Number 6, she reciprocates your energy.
Guys, if you want to know how a girl feels about you, this is what you do. This is like if you're on the fence about like, does she like me, does she not, I can't tell. One simple thing. Ask her for advice on other girls. If a girl doesn't like you, if she sees you as a friend, she will be like, oh, yeah, obviously, come, yeah, tell me everything. Give me A to B, show me your pictures, blah, blah, blah. But if she like you, she's not gonna like that you want advice on other girls. Nope, nope, nope. She'll probably still agree to give you advice because she's like, okay, he don't like me, let me play it cool. You're gonna get a less eager response though, like, sure, like, of course.
Bro, if she does this, she likes you. Let's talk about her body language, alright? 1, if a girl likes you, she cannot look you in the eyes. Quick glimpse, looks away. 2, she will always be around you somehow. You will see her everywhere. And 3, no matter what the situation is, if she sees you, instantly smiling. She can't even hide how happy she is just to see you.
Signs she's interested in you. She positions her eyes in such a way where she's basically seducing you.
So do you gents want to know exactly what the top choosing signals are from women? Well, you came to the right place. This is Gentlemen and Scholars, where we discuss dating style and personal development. So if you're into becoming a better version of yourself, definitely make sure that you like and subscribe. We release new videos daily at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you know, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into today's video. So for today's topic, we're going over 10 different signs of choosing signals from women. But first, what are choosing signals? See, choosing signals are indicators of interest that women send out to men that really shows that they're interested. So, you know, there are really a variety of choosing signals, and it has to do with body language. It has to do with some of the subliminal things that they do, you know, the body positioning, so on and so forth. You know, we'll get into all of those, but that is a general high-level overview of what choosing signals actually are. And one very important thing to point out here, gents, is that these really should be read in clusters. And what do I mean by clusters? Well, I mean you want to see more than one choosing signal before you're able to make a deduction on if she's actually interested in you. So, you know, if you see one, you know, that could be a hint or, you know, a sign possibly, but ideally you want to see 3 in succession, and you know, then you're able to make a deduction on, okay, she is likely interested in me. Then you'd be in a good position if you did go over to make an approach. But without any further delay, for sign number 1, that is going to be strong eye contact. And no, gents, I'm not talking about she peeked over really quick or maybe just saw you. I'm talking about the strong eye contact where she's looking and she wants you to know that she's looking at you. See, this type of choosing signal is very powerful and, you know, is really one of the best ones because it is the one that you'll probably see most often if a woman really likes you. So what they'll tend to do is they'll tend to look in your direction and not look away. And what you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna maintain that eye contact with her and shoot her a smile and see what she does. So really, women are different. They're gonna respond in different ways. So, you know, the more confident woman, she's gonna look right at you and not break eye contact. And when you smile, she's gonna smile right back at you in the hopes that you go over and do something about it. But, you know, another type of woman, they might, you know, look at you, you know, look long enough for you to know that she's looking at you, and then she might not look over in your direction again. You know, you might get that one shot or that one opportunity. Ideally, you get a little bit more than that, because I mean, you know, her looking at you, that's a choosing signal, but that's just one choosing signal. And again, the idea is to, you know, ideally be getting clusters. So you see several choosing signals, and that is possibly a clear sign that she wants you to go and make an approach. But if you just receive one, I mean, you can go make an approach because this is her way of showing that she's interested. But really the problem with that is that, there are other women out there that are beautiful and stunning that are going to be really compelled to, date you. But if a woman's only giving you just, a little bit of interest or, expecting you to do a lot of the work, in a lot of cases that tends to roll over into the relationship and you find out that she's not that great of a person to date. So, really I encourage you guys to, have experiences for yourself. I'm just the messenger here, just sharing what the signals are, but do with it as you please. And one other thing to note here, gents, when it comes to women and the amount of effort that they're willing to put in, a lot of this is actually dictated by their emotional availability. If they're not super available, meaning they have guys in the background, that they're talking to and that they're semi-interested in or maybe not sure about, or maybe they just got out of a long-term relationship, or maybe they just have a whole lot going on, they might not be super compelled to go way out of their way or send these different signs of their interest or attractiveness. They might not want to do all that because they're just not that available in that moment. Whereas a woman that's maybe in need of a release and, maybe it's been a while, or, she really just wants to be in a relationship and wants to take the dating thing seriously, she's going to be way more compelled and maybe way more willing to go out of her way and send those choosing signals. If she perceives herself to be super high value and, really a catch, and, you have guys that are, hitting on her every single day. I mean, there really are women out there like that get hit on every single day, that are concerned about going outside, that sometimes don't even want to go outside because they know they're going to be hit on by countless guys. There are women like that, and they're going to do way less than, other women, maybe your average woman. So that's something to pay attention to as well. All right, excuse me, gents, I went on a bit of a tangent there, but hopefully you got the idea. So for sign number 2, that is going to be smiling. So again, gents, a common cluster that you'll see is that she looks over in your direction, gives you strong eye contacts, then starts to smile. And then, you should be sending her a smile back. And, at that point, if she smiles and maybe blushes, then you can walk right over to her and make an approach. Something as simple as, hey, I wanted to meet you, what's your name? Just that simple, gents. It doesn't have to be rocket science. You don't have to be, super clever or super witty, but that is something that is a very clear choosing signal. And if you see those clusters, me personally, I wouldn't hesitate to go and make an approach. So for sign number 3, that is going to be initiating conversation. So if she's coming right up to you and she's initiating conversation with you, and it might be something small and random, that is her way of, kicking it off and, getting your attention. So that is a choosing signal. I actually, side note, experienced that today while I was at the gym. I was hitting my workout, I was doing my thing, I was in the zone, and quite frankly, I really didn't want to be bothered. But this woman actually, I saw her looking at me, but I wasn't really making eye contact or anything like that with her because I wasn't really interested. But she ended up coming up to me and she was pointing over at a bench that I was no ways near. I wasn't even close to that bench, and you could see what I was clearly working with. I had the dumbbells, right there. But that is an example of a woman, sending a choosing signal. She'll start up a conversation about something that is completely random, or it might even be in context. So in that case, it was a little bit in context. So you can read it as, hey, maybe she really is just asking me about the bench. But I knew what it was because I know these signs. So if you're seeing that in your own personal life, definitely make note of that and look for other signs. Again, I mentioned eye contact, so she was looking over in my direction, she was sneaking a peek. And additionally, she came up and initiated conversation with me. So definitely something to pay attention to. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, subscribe to join the Gentlemen and Scholars family, and consider checking out the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website for free resources Gentlemen and Scholars merch, book recommendations, consultation services, and our free Gentlemen and Scholars Ultimate Handbook, where you'll learn personal development tips on how to build a successful life and become the gentleman of your dreams, style tips to develop an eye-catching, attractive, and unique personal avatar, and dating tips to attract, court, and keep the woman of your dreams. Visit the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website for more. Now back to the video. So for number 4, that is going to be proximity. So, a lot of times what women will do is they'll look over in your direction, they might make eye contact with you, and then, a few minutes later, now they're coming and doing something right near you. So in the gym, they might go, pick up some dumbbells that are conveniently right in front of you, or, get the dumbbells, put them down in front of you, and maybe start doing squats or something like that in front of you, just to make sure that you're able to see them. So this is something that they do often. So definitely expect this from women. So for sign number 5, gents, that is going to be light touching. So, if you have somebody that's maybe masking herself as a friend and, she's constantly like touching you and constantly, can't keep her hands to herself, this could be a choosing signal. So it's definitely something to make note of. Or if you're out on a date and the date is going really well, or if you're wondering, if she's putting her arm on you, particularly right here on your elbow, this is a good sign, and is definitely a choosing signal. I would look for some other signs as well. All right, gents, for sign number 6, that is going to be, playing with hair or, flipping hair. This is a choosing signal as well, but please note that women also do this if they're feeling, anxious or a certain level of anxiety. They'll play with their hair and twiddle that. But if a woman is doing this and you see some other signs, for instance, 9 times out of 10, if it's in context, that is a choosing signal. When they play with their hair or they twirl it, they're revealing a sensitive part of their body, and this is where pheromones are released, and that is attractive to men. So if you see that, definitely something to make note of. I would look for other signs. So if a woman is leaning in during the course of a conversation with you, maybe you're on a date, maybe you guys are sitting down and, just chatting it up, and you're leaning back in your chair like a stud, just kind of, taking things in, letting her do the majority of the talking, and, she's leaning forward, almost as if she's absorbing your presence. This is a clear sign that things are going well, particularly if you're on a date. But definitely something to keep note of, and is definitely a choosing signal. So for sign number 8, that is going to be laughing at your jokes, particularly if they're corny. So gents, you should always be keeping it lighthearted and fun, and you want to tell your corny jokes to women when you date them, because you want to see if they're actually a good time and they are lighthearted themselves, because there's nothing worse than dating a woman and you guys really don't have much chemistry. Maybe the only thing that you do like about her is the way that she looks. Trust me, gents, that gets old very quickly. So be having fun, be cracking jokes here and there. I mean, you don't have to be goofy or silly all the time, but the point is that you want to have fun. But if she's laughing at your corny jokes and she's laughing really hard, and you're thinking in your mind, wow, it wasn't that funny, there's a good chance that she does actually like you. So definitely a choosing signal. So for sign number 9, that is going to be the body position. If she has her body turned towards you, or particularly her feet are pointing towards you, let's say if you're in a group setting and you guys are having an in-depth conversation, but her body seems to be shifted towards you during the course of that conversation, you look down and her feet are pointed towards you, this could be a choosing signal. Women's bodies tend to be positioned towards the person that they're most interested in. So, the opposite of that is if they're positioned in that escape position when you're talking to her and she's slowly turning away from you and she ends up talking like this here, that could be an indication that she is not interested. So definitely want to pay attention to that, but definitely a choosing signal. And sign number 10, that is going to be that her eyes are dilated. So if you two are talking with one another, or you two are out on a date and she's having just a really good time, you know, you might look over and her eyes might be super dilated while looking at you. You know, when it happens, sometimes it catches me off guard. That's how you know that they really like you or they're really having a good time. So definitely a choosing signal, gents. So definitely make sure that you pay attention to those. But if you want more clarity on, you know, how to handle dating, how to handle getting into a relationship and maintaining that, I highly encourage you to check out the Gentleman and Scholar's Ultimate Handbook, which I wrote, which goes over crucial dating, self-improvement, and style tips. We have a whole style checklist to 10x your personal growth. You know, it also goes over some of those mindset blockers that you might be dealing with, you know, things that are holding you back that you know, might not even be aware of. But I highly encourage you to check out that book to get clear on these things and be able to push past those. So you can get that for free on the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website. That is for free on the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website. That's gentlemenandscholars.com. All you have to do is enter your name and email, then it downloads right then and there. So, you know, with that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up. If you do have any questions for me, definitely feel free to give a shout. Definitely make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel, and definitely let us know down below, you know, are there some choosing signals that were left off? Spoiler alert, there were. These are just 10 very common ones that you'll see. But, you know, definitely let us know down below, gents, some of the other choosing signals that you may see from women. And, you know, until next time, Gentlemen and Scholars. Hey gents, hope you enjoyed the video. And check out the Gentlemen and Scholars Club website for our free Gentlemen and Scholars Ultimate Handbook, free resources, book recommendations, consultation services, and some pretty slick Gentlemen and Scholars merch. GNS hoodies, t-shirts, mugs, notebooks, and so much more. Until next time, Gentlemen and Scholars. Hey gents, if you enjoyed this video, check out some bespoke video recommendations here and here. And subscribe to join the Gentlemen and Scholars Club.